Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and by the title of this video you can probably see what is going on here in front of you. And if you're part of the journaling community, you have probably seen many videos of people DIYing Louise Carmen journal covers, and much like you, I get it in my head that, well, that looks kind of simple. I can probably do that. So now I'm sitting here with all of these parts and feeling slightly overwhelmed at what I've gotten myself into. Yeah. So I only made one journal cover once before, and you can't even call it a journal cover. It was just a, just basically a leather flap. I cut it down. I dyed it. I think I tea dyed it. I don't know. I have to go back to one of my old videos and see how I even made this. This is just a flap of leather from Michael's. I do like this leather. I had made it for my weeks, and it actually fits right to the very edge. Anyway, this isn't about that. So I've only had one other attempt at working with a piece of leather, and that wasn't even that hard, that good. I only had to punch one hole here for the cord, which I don't even know where it went all these years later. So I bought leather from the buckle guy, and I'm going to mount my camera so I can show you what's going on here. Okay, so I'm working here on my dining room table. There's a little bit more elbow space here, and I apologize if you hear the lawnmowers outside, but it's either I film it now or you can listen to the sound of TV and video games in the backgrounds later. So this is what we're dealing with. So the first thing I needed to decide was what size cover I was going to create, and I originally thought I was going to do an A6 just for travel, but I have my B6 planner and I have it in a chic sparrow, which I love. This Emma cover is gorgeous. She's beautiful, but this is kind of like heavy and bulky with all the pockets to take around. And because this leather that I purchased is thinner and it won't have all of the external pockets and flaps and things, it's going to be a little bit lighter. So I figured that's what I'm going to go with, a V6. So now part of the problem is most of the journal covers that I've seen people make are either A5 or A6 or Passport. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make a template for my B6 cover. I can sort of use this for the outline, but then I still have to create the other flap. I don't know, one thing at a time. That's where the anxiety comes in. I'm thinking too far ahead. Okay, and then I have all of rivets and just other journaling leather toolkit supplies in this little pencil zipper case. So let's get on to the leather. I did order 2 different colors. This one, I purchased a smaller piece in the brown leather, which is gorgeous. It looks a little cloudy in spots right now because I guess it has maybe a wax or some sort of like protective finish on it, but I think you could probably buff that out. Well, you can buff it out because I was working in small areas to see if I can lift some of that, and it does come up. So let's see. The thickness on this leather, this was the styled called, and I'll put it in all the information in the info box below. It is called Conceria la Perla, Azzurra, Missouri. This one is dark brown. They're both the same style. The weight, the thickness is 3.5 ounces, 1.2 to 1.4 millimeter. And this I bought 1 square foot of because I thought maybe I would make either maybe a small passport one for one of the little covers, one of the little notebooks, excuse me, that I purchased recently. So, but I'm going to put this project aside. It's the other one that I really want to concentrate on. I wasn't sure at the time exactly which journal size I was going to make. So I figured, yeah, go a little bigger. If I have a little left over, I could do something with it. So wait, when I first opened this up, you gotta see, I got a scar. I can't even tell you. I have waited so long to get a piece of leather, any notebook. I always put it in my leather notes when I order from different makers, you know, if possible, give me a scar, I'm good. And I've never gotten one. And this one is so beautiful. It's, I love it. So that's right there. So when I cut the leather, either, I'm going to want to see that probably right on the front. I'm not going to want it to be covered and then only see it when I uncover it. So I'm probably going to have to flap it this way. So, but that's what it's going to look like. This navy is beautiful. That's the inside of it. Very happy with, oh, it's so soft too. You can see some of the crease shading that it'll get there, like on the spine and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to have to go about figuring out how to cut a template. So I was thinking, I think this family size Cheerio box might be about the right size. It's 1 spine, 2, oh no, it's gotta be, and then extra. All right, I might have to, all right, I'm gonna get some scissors, cut this box up, and then start working from there. Actually, the width of this is perfect. It gives just a little bit of edge, maybe like 1/4 of an inch on each side, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want too much gap. I didn't want it too flush. So this might work out perfectly. All right, let me get some scissors. Okay, so I saved you the trouble of having to watch me cut cardboard. You can make a template out of anything. You can make it out of paper. You can make it out of, you know, a grocery bag, a piece of fabric, whatever you have on hand. I just felt like the cardboard felt a little bit more like the leather, so how I would wrap it would be a little bit more accurate representation to the template. Does that, I don't know, does that make sense to you? Okay, so the other thing I want to do is I want to put a mark where so I can feel around for how I want to cut this. Let's just pretend this is the scar here. So that's pretty much it. I have room there on the sides. There's only, You can see just a teeny bit. Yeah, it's about a 1/4 inch there. Maybe a little bit more than a 1/4 inch there. Oh, look, this would make a cute, this would make a cute folio. A Cheerios cover, why not? Junk journaling at its finest. So I'm thinking this is pretty much exactly what I want. Oh, wait, I do have to make room, even though I'm not going to have pockets, I do want to have room for that and my inserts, because I'm going to put 4 strings in here. So let me make sure that with this, let me take the magnet off, that I still have enough room. Okay, yeah, even with that, it doesn't make any difference. Okay, so this is perfect. This is gonna be a go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so for cutting this, I put down this like non-slip grip mat, craft mat, just to keep everything from slipping when I start cutting. And then I have a cutting board, which is no slip on top of the mat. So this should create a good grippy work surface. I have a ruler with a cork backing to keep my mark from slipping, and a fabric cutter, but it works for leather too. Well, this is very thin leather, so I'm not really concerned with that. Okay. Okay, the cutting went easy. The scar is exactly where I want it. Oh, I forgot to do the corners. All right, I'll get back to those in a second. I have to figure out where I want to place the rivets. I think this is going to be the hardest thing for me to decide. Well, I mean, not to decide, but I think it's going to be the hardest thing for me to do. I don't need to make that the flap, no, the flap is perfect the way it is. Okay, I know a lot of people put the hole in the back for the cord, but I don't like that knot in that place. It just makes it really uncomfortable for writing. So then I would have to put rivets here on the spine and rivets here, and then a hole in the center also. All right, thinking this through. So, speaking of rivets, I have a few different colors, and I definitely didn't want silver. So I have, these are brass. Let me take the notebook out of here. I have brass. I have this like, ooh, the copper is really pretty. I have this copper color, or I have the gold. Okay, more decisions. Okay, and as far as cord, I still, believe it or not, I still haven't picked the color of the cord that I'm using. I can go with navy to match, or green as a nice contrast. No, not really. That orange, that's kind of shocking. Red. I feel like everybody's doing the navy and red, so I feel like I don't want to do it just for that reason. Anytime anybody starts doing the, like, I go in the opposite direction. And then I have a thicker cord that I just purchased. I got this green. If I can open the package. This cording is a little bit thicker. This is, I think, 1.5 millimeters, and I think this was 2 millimeters. But again, it's the green. I don't know if I really love that together. I might save this for the brown or something I was going to do with the old leather cover that I had made. I also have black or brown, but no, I don't have enough of this one. I have some of this cord left over from when I was making junk journals. I don't know. I think I actually want to go with the blue. Oh my gosh, I hope I have enough of this. I don't know if I have enough of this string. Oh, maybe if I only make 2 holes. And then what I think I wanted to put on there is this moth, the lunar moth. I purchased this a while ago and I've been holding on to it, this charm. So if I do that, the gold is going to look really pretty on the sides. All right, that's what I'm thinking. All right, I have to see if I have enough cord, and then I will come back and start punching rivet holes. Okay, the cuts that I made on the corners to make a little corner radius weren't as smooth as they should be, because I'm not an expert, clearly. So I just took a nail file and I'm just sort of like filing a nail, just smoothing it out a bit. There's somebody probably watching this cringing right now because I don't have the proper tool, but hey, that's why they call this a DIY, and I'm not in business for myself. It's gonna be okay. All right, I gotta work on that one a little bit more. Okay, so I made the holes for the eyelets using this tool, mini punch set. It comes with a bunch of different sizes. I used the 2.8 because I used the 2.5, but with the eyelets that I have, I couldn't push them through the hole. I did like a little sample piece, and where I placed the eyelets on the spine, I just sort of eyeballed it. Some people online have like a template for where you could put them. for me, this is like cooking. I don't measure when I cook. I measure when I bake because that's science. But when I cook, it's a little of this, a little of that, and I can figure out where the holes need to go or how much salt the recipe needs. You get what I'm saying, right? So I did make white mark here for the spines just so I could, you know, I had a spine reference to where I wanted to put the eyelets, and I am going to go with the gold ones. And I went down to the garage to pound these holes through. It was just a little easier to work down there on the bench. And I'm wondering if I did not make this hole big enough. What? All right, let's give it a little tap. I'll give this one a little extra tap here. Ugh, should brought up the soft mallet. Okay, so now we're just gonna set the rivets. I'm gonna mute this so you don't have to hear it. Okay, moving right along. Okay, string. Wait, I don't know how to do the string. Okay, so to string it, I cut about 20 inches, and I think that was actually a little long than what I needed, so that you can see the string right here. And then I'm gonna feed it through here, but back through the other hole, and tie the cords here. So that, I'm gonna check the tension in a second, so that I have matching strings on both sides. Okay, all right, that's good. So now I have two strings for notebooks. Yeah, I definitely used too much string. And I should have made the rivets closer to the edge of the spine to give more room for my inserts. Oh, another mistake. See? You keep learning from me if you keep watching this channel. All right, let's hope that this works. Ah, perfect. Do I want that on this side? Yeah. I'm actually going to put that on the first string. Okay, actually it fits perfect. Okay, so now I just need to add the rivet to the back. Actually, I don't like the way this is sitting. I feel like this should be in the back. All right, we'll worry about that after. Okay, so do I want it? Do I want the hole here? Yes, but I don't think I'm going to put a rivet there. I think I'm just going to put a regular hole. Okay, that's the finished cover. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Look at that scar. Beautiful. I decided to go with this old turquoise-like stone. I forget what this was, maybe jasper or something. I don't know, I bought it in Arizona a couple of years ago. I decided not to do the moth on it. It was just so tiny, it seemed to get lost in the cover. So I might use it as one of the charms on the side. I also found this little turtle charm, because if you know, I swam with the baby sea turtle this year. Yes, I keep bragging about that. It was amazing. So you can always just make a DIY Carmen out of a Cheerios box, or purchase yourself some veg tan leather. This was nice and floppy and soft to the touch, nice to work with, and I really like how it turned out. I put the hole on the side instead of the back. This way when I'm writing, I don't feel the lump, the bump. And yeah, now I gotta clean up. Look pretty on here. What do you think? Should I take off the big stone and add this instead? I hope you guys liked watching this little DIY of my Louise Carmen style cover. I really enjoyed making it. Wasn't as intimidating as I thought it was going to be. So let me know if you guys think you're going to make one for yourself. And thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.